Who doesn't love coming to chapters, because all these wonderful books are like having a million different mentors. Alright, so I'm walking to go see the wizard, aka Sean Thistle. He's my chiropractor, which really doesn't describe everything he does, but he, anytime I'm broken, he's my main man to go get fixed. And I will, until I figure out how to be like all the other cool YouTubers and put annotations in my video, I will just drop the link down below in the show notes in case you want to go see him for any kind of injuries you might have. But today I'm going to see him for an old wrist injury I sustained in 2012 from an Olympic lifting accident, which I did not, like an idiot, get treatment for when it first happened. So I got a bunch of scar tissue built up. I had a fracture in my scaphoid. So anyway, it's acting up, it's bothering me. I want to try and get that taken care of. I also have a left shoulder injury as well that has started to rear its ugly head again, so I want to try and get on top of that and get that taken care of ASAP. So if you guys are in Toronto and you need a little bit of help and you got an injury or something like that, don't wait until you are, don't think you're going to get through it. Don't think you're going to be a hero. Don't think it's going to go away on its own. Okay? Go get help. Go get treatment. Whether it's Sean or somebody else, don't be an idiot like me. Go get treatment. Okay? All right, done seeing the wizard. He worked on my wrist. Looks like I might have a cyst building in the outer part of my wrist. I was gonna say distal. I don't know. That's not my strong point. Sorry, Sean. Anyway, if that's the case, we have a few options. One being a textbook. I just threw you under the bus, buddy. Anyway, so yeah, I got a cyst on my wrist, which potentially, if it gets any bigger, gotta let them know. If not, hopefully it goes away. But either way, my wrist is back to being somewhat aligned, so I'm gonna hit some pails and rails, which I've been excited to show you guys this because this is some great stuff that I learned from the FRC principles from Dr. Andrea Spina. And honestly, for trainers out there watching this, if you're watching this, it's probably the best, like $800, I think it was $800, that I spent on my training career. It's helped a lot of my clients get over some injuries that are within my capabilities as a strength and conditioning coach. And obviously having Sean there to help out with my clients is a great benefit. So that said, I'm pretty excited to show you how that works so you can rehab or get an idea of what I'm doing to rehab my wrist, things I can do on my own that coincide with my treatment. I got a little bit of, inflamed biceps tendon in my shoulder here. So I'm going to kind of see how bench pressing goes the next little bit. It doesn't hurt when I bench press, but it's probably not the best exercise for me right now. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. That's about it. Off to Chapters to pick up a book. And then we got a Christmas party this evening for the Dempster Clinic. It's our holiday party. Can't remember where it's at though, but I'll show you later. All right, off to the bookstore. All right, so we got two books. Power of Habit and Start With Why. Probably two of my favorite books that I've read this year. Who doesn't love coming to chapters, because all these wonderful books are like having a million different mentors. Reading is like feeding your mind, like feeding your mind, like feeding your mind, like feeding your mind. Good evening, sir. How are you?
All right, sir. How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Go to Scarborough, right?
So we're going to 97 Harvard.
Harvard.
Yeah.
Got different. 21 roll arc.
No, that's not me.
Okay.
Alright, so here I am at THR & Co. for a holiday Christmas party for the Dempster Clinic. This is obstacle number 3, 4, 5, I don't know. Should be a good night though. We've got a gift. Looking for some scotch. Preferably a single malt. So obstacles. So in the first vlog I told you about a few of the obstacles I was going through, but I forgot one. I forgot a main one, and that is injuries. So what I didn't tell you is that we've had a number of injuries since 2012, even before that actually, because a lot of the injuries I have now can probably be related to when I was a kid playing sports in high school and in university, in that I was never really the most talented or skilled athlete, but there was very few that would that have more heart than I do. And it sounds funny to say, but you know, I would always give up and sacrifice my body for the better of the team. And I would not trade that for the world, but at the same time, that does not go without consequences. And I'm feeling them now that I'm closer to 40. So I got a meniscus medial meniscus on my right leg, or my right knee, that I don't know what's going on there. I passed all the tests, but it's still bothering me. As I mentioned, I have a cyst in my wrist, in the wrist that I broke, or slightly had a hairline fracture in my scaphoid, and I got this left shoulder injury that is just kind of a inflamed biceps tendon, I believe. So the reason why I'm saying this is because my goals are changing, and a lot of times clients come to me and they want to compete in a physique competition, or they want to run a marathon, or you know, do whatever. And once I go through their information package, things pop up to me that suggest that they should have different goals, at least for the time being. Not that they'll never be able to run a marathon, or not that they'll ever be able to compete in a physique competition, or whatever the goal might be, but they don't have the proper prerequisites to accomplish the goal that they want to set out, or that they're setting out to achieve. And that can be said for me, you know, when I was a kid too, because I didn't have the proper prerequisites. I wasn't very strong. There was plenty of dysfunctions in my body, and sports brought those out. But back to my clients. So that's why, you know, with all my clients, whether it's in person or online, we give them a screen to assess some of their movement patterns, see what kind of dysfunctions they might have. And a lot of times, you know, in the realm of physique competitions, people come to me and they want to compete in like 3 months, but yet they have a ton of body fat to lose, and they haven't even built the right amount of muscle yet to compete. So a lot of times I will suggest, or I'll come back to them after reviewing their information package and really, you know, try to talk them out of the goal that they had set out, at least for the time frame, and create a smaller goal, something that's a little more achievable, that also is a prerequisite to their long-term goal. So that said, my goals for my vlog were to lose body fat, gain some strength. That in itself kind of contradicts itself, but at the same time, I'm relatively lean. I just have some love handles I want to get rid of. But I didn't mention this when I saw Sean, or after I saw Sean, but I'm probably going to stop deadlifting for a while, because that's actually the movement that hurts my shoulder, is all the weight pulling down on my shoulder. So I'm going to stop with that for a little bit, which means I'm probably not going to bench press either, just because risk versus reward. I really don't care about how big my bench press is. So I'm going to scrap those. I'm going to work on squatting. I get my squat up, because as you can see, my squat is, as a weight, pretty bad. I'm going to focus on getting some cardiovascular fitness back in, because I haven't done that in very long. And I'm going to work on rehabbing within the scope of my capabilities, my injuries, my wrist, my knee, my shoulder, in hopes of I never have to deal with this again, or at least very little. Okay, it's a long-winded response, but I think a lot of you can take value from that, because a lot of times we set goals, which is great, but these goals have to be smart goals. They have to be attainable, and I think a lot of times you need a coach. And in myself, I'm looking to Sean. I ask Sean questions all the time that he's probably thinking as a chiro. He's like, and you're a trainer, dude? Like, if it hurts, why are you asking me to do it? And it's because I need somebody to tell me, Nate, don't deadlift, don't bench press, okay? And sometimes I need that just for myself. I would never tell my clients to bench press or deadlift, but for me, for some reason, somewhere in my head, I think I can do it. So I hope that provides a little bit of value, a little bit of insight into even coaches need coaches. And later on today, this is another reason. Later on today, I'm getting my wisdom teeth pulled. I'm not happy about this, but I don't know what's going to happen, so I may or may not be vlogging over the weekend. But I guess that's probably another reason where my body just needs a little bit of time to chill and relax and recoup. So if I don't see you until next week, have a good weekend.